Hello, my fellow mirrors and dreamers. It is I, Goldpepper64, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I'm sorry. I really wish I could seriously be energetic this episode, but I can't. Last episode, decided to my zone. Our best friend and our personal assistant, well, died. And last episode as well, Junko and Oshima, who was a friend to all of us, died too because she wanted to stand up and deal with this whole stupid class trial thing, but because of her defiance, she died too. Guys, welcome to the real world, where some of your favorite characters could possibly die, and you'll have to figure out why they do. You know me, Junko was my favorite wife here, but now she's just gone. Trust me, I've gone through the pain and suffering 3 times over. I think what made it worse for me when this all happened, knowing that Kazutaka had died and whatnot, it was just the fact that I gave these characters voices, and I think that just made it ultimately worse for me. It just sucks, man. I know a lot of you might be like, well, if you why do you love this game if you know that your character's gonna die? Well, the class trial is honestly the best part, but it's, when I say best part, I don't mean, you know, it's all fun and games. I mean, some of your favorite characters die and then you have to investigate it. It's such a messed up thing, and these are high school kids. It's not like, you know, they're like cold-hearted adults who have already investigated like tons of dead bodies before. These are high schoolers who have never had to experience that kind of thing in their life, except maybe manga. But other than that, everyone here hasn't experienced that before. So honestly, it's just really messed up for these poor kids. But honestly, not gonna lie, that's kind of an appeal about this series too. Even though I hate to admit it, it's also an appeal. But enough talking about that. Let's actually get into investigating. So let's talk to you as detectives, supposedly. I don't know, she seems like she's really good at doing that. I mean, she seems really level-headed. Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty so nobody can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed. Hey! In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay then, we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no. We can't just leave him there alone. What? What? Why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. Well, fuck you!
So then.
But I'll stay here. I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. 2-player co-op based defense with the 2 of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you.
But
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try. I really did like Junko. I liked how, you know, she stood up for what she believed in. Of course, she happened to do it right before, you know, she died, and I really truly believe that, you know, Junko was in the right. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in the movies and stuff, but there wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check. After those injuries and losing that much blood, frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that. Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever. It's really real? Hell no! Someone save me! Let me out of here! Somebody else!
What's your problem?
Come on. I get he's carefree, but come on, man. How do you just see, you know, someone literally get like speared like all over, and then you're just like, oh no, you know, it's fake. Even though, yeah, I know the blood is pink, but don't worry, that's a stylistic thing. But anyway, how do you just see that and you're like, you know, it's fake. Like, someone literally get like, whatever. You're just now accepting that? Celeste? I've put in lots of time. Could you say something nice?
Oh.
Hmm? So you finally noticed.
What the crap?
Huh? Noticed what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received, and I noticed something very obvious and very unusual.
Huh?
What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm.
Ah!
What? She's right. Then could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second. You've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid.
What the heck?
You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look into everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. Knowing the suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then...
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this to find out who killed Sayaka. Sorry about that. I thought I was gonna burp. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong... So... Oh, do I really have to say any more?
Actually...
I'd rather you didn't. No.
Goodbye.
Everyone, thanks for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. And just like Kyoko, he was gone before we realized it.
Yo.
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I better head to the scene of the crime. That's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. Whatever son of a bitch did this isn't here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that
You're
evidence.
fucking dead.
They better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious. I will fuck them up. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off.
So,
But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? And we're gonna investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
Anyway...
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
This is very suspicious.
You. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! Don't come any closer! You gonna kill me next?
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true. May as well at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Dude, I mean, he was the first one to say it. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. It was pointless. Everyone had already left. Their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will.
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair! Zzz, zzz, poison gas! Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane!
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the investigation. Can I just say, man, this song actually bops. I'll let you hear the song again. Alright, I think that's enough. You guys kind of get the point. Anyway, I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury on her wrist, her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow, I have to find out the truth so that we can all survive. And Sayaka. I have to find out how she was killed. Monokuma File 1 has been added to the truth bullets. Now you finally know what this whole truth bullets thing is. Now, I won't fully explain what it is right yet. But we want to remember these truth bullets with what we have. I think it's about time we leave the gym and head back to our room to find out what happened. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime. My room. We won't make any progress without investigating there. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. You know, I guess while we're here, I might as well talk about Sayaka, you know? I think towards the end, I really started to like her. I think it was just mostly because I finally given these guys a voice, you know? And, you know, while, like, when I played these games beforehand, I didn't really give them voices. Like, I gave them test voices, but I didn't really voice all of them all the time, so I didn't really bother giving them real voices, so when I finally started voicing Sayaka, and when she was freaking out, like, I actually started to feel a bit emotional, like, not gonna lie, like, tears were legitimately welling up. I didn't cry, but, like, I was like, oh shoot, this really is meaningful, like, I feel bad. And I think anyone who plays this game should honestly just like narrate to themselves and actually take time to read because it actually puts a lot of feelings into it. Yeah. Not gonna lie, like, other than the fact that I really resonated with her towards the end, I'm not a big fan of Sayaka, but I still respected her. But now we seriously have to look at the scene of the crime. Yeah. First off, the key. And there's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be the room key. If I remember correctly. Okay, we already saw it. When we switched rooms, we switched keys too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get in the room in the first place? Did Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. Are you seeing that? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or open it up for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms, and with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. So she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Switching rooms has been added to the truth bullets. Let's finally look. There's cut marks all over the floor. There's scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it! I was right there in the other room. Only I heard something. That would not have been possible. Huh? Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you, and there's no way we could know. Well, perhaps this was another monochrome strategies creating an ideal scene for murder. Dang. Dude, I'm sorry, Makoto. Check this out. Huh? Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there was way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decided to clean up a little? Interesting. Let's see what the toolkit was used. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that we use it at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine and I haven't any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I'd need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Hondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
Not just me.
What?
Nobody's busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it.
By the way,
none of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because, like, why the hell would we? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, for a second I thought the game, like, closed. I was like, what? Why is it in the center? But anyway, this is a replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Ugh, yikes, that isn't good. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of the sheath. And I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off on parts of the blade and the handle. Sorry about that, I thought I was gonna burp again. Gosh. I haven't been feeling too good. I'm recording this way earlier than I normally do. But I'm still giving it my energy. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. Well, I mean, someone had to grip the sword somehow. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Wait. And plus, the sword's been taken out, so it's just the sheath, but... Huh? There's some scratches on the sheath. They must have been made with something sharp. But how the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. Every sheath like this would only get in the way. You could just slide off in the middle of the fight, so why are there scratches on the sheath? Interesting. Interesting. Let's see what else we can check. Oh boy, there's a lot. Let's talk to you guys. Let's see what you have to say.
By the way,
you know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? You could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible.
you son of a bitch!
That dirty bastard!
Shit.
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
You're fucking dead.
If I ever find the son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face. But what if it was a girl that did it? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry.
Yo.
That'll all get sorted out when the time comes. I'm sorry, I should not be laughing at this. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
Hey.
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Well, you know what? I like you, Sakura. Even though you're definitely intimidating, you're actually surprisingly really nice. But let's talk to Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko. Quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but...
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, Makoto sometimes just sounds like an absolute, like child. She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of the
Did you
room.
lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen.
Are you a clean freak? Huh? No, I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I expected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so...
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I've never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it. And someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka? Or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Probably the killer did it. The bathroom. And on the other side of the door. I feel really sorry for him. I truly do. No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. I'm so sorry, Makoto. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this, Makoto. I really am. I'm serious, guys. Like, knowing the amount of pain that he has to go through right now, honestly, it really sucks. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her, Sayaka. All at once, I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to bust into tears. Yeah, that's me right now, honestly. I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Saiga have to die? I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. Alright, let's finally do it. I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now it's no time to think like that. Pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object had been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow, but whatever they used to kill her, where did they get it? It's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to the Monokuma file, Saiga's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery there on her wrist too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittering. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is, there's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? That is really interesting. The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her. So when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Saiga in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Okay, what's this? I looked past Saiga to the wall behind it, and there I saw written in blood were the numbers 11037. Did Saiga do this? I mean, it would make sense with her bloody finger. Let's see. Is that it? I think that's it. Sorry about that. I just had to make sure. I thought we could check the knife. Okay, so let's leave it there.
It would seem...
Looks like you found it, right, Makoto? The bloody numbers. That's most likely Saiga's dying message. Never seen something written in blood before. It really was her parting message. It's as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
You often talk like an inspiring quote. But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way we found her, it means she must have written them by turning over her hands with the wall. If she were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result?
Well?
Think about that. You're not going to tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what they're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Looks like we finally added that. Sounds like Kyoko knows what Saiga's dying message means. Honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate program?
Makoto.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
It gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked, but once you learn the trick, it opens no problem.
Correct.
So, the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away when I talk about it. I did what Kyoto said and checked about the door. Huh? Doorknob? Well, we gotta talk to you.
So then.
No, no, go back!
So then.
Oh wait, I think I have to investigate the door. What the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver for something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock it, right? Can lock, right? She stood there for a while, lost in thought. And apparently struck with sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Saika about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is only you and Saika knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. Huh? What? Clears what up? I'm so
Goodbye.
lost. Well, see you later. After forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also I should look into the DVD Saika got. With Saika dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks. If they'll even talk to me, that is. Well, that knife looks a little too big to just be, you know, a stabbing, like just a normal knife. I think it probably might be a kitchen knife, so why don't we go visit the kitchen? Makes sense. Investigating, are you? Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh, no, I was just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue of what I should be doing. I know what you mean. I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps keep me calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Saika was killed. Interesting. I thought she would have more to say. So why don't we go check out the kitchen? The actual kitchen, not the dining hall. Oh, look at me. I was right. There were all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or? I better see if anyone knows more about that. Interesting. Anything else while I'm here? Nope. I think that's it. Well, Asahina did say something about that. About her being in the kitchen last night, so might as well talk to her. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining room?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning.
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So, when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well...
I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. and you should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. There we go. We've got some accounts now, baby. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Saika? What? Of course not! I would never! Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
'Cause, I mean...
Oh, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends and one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So, when you consider everything together... I honestly have no idea. Wow. See how it is. Yeah, I guess, well, we should probably go find, Chihiro. Sorry, for a second, I kind of blanked out. Okay, so... It's like, maybe we should go to Saika just to check it out. Or maybe not? Question mark? Let's see. Huh? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Saika's name on it. Interesting. What do you have to say about this?
Very strange.
So, why was Saika in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No! You've got it all wrong! Saika and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face. Even if what you said is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? God, I hate this music. I'm sorry. I hate the music right now. The reason Saika was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. She's dead because of me. Then it should have been me that died. Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. That's really true. Then screw you, dude. Actually, screw you. What about you? Very strange. Mr. Naegi, what was Maizono doing in your room? Let me just say this.
Most suspicious.
I absolutely will not allow you to dispose any of the evidence in the trash room. Do you ever think I'm joking? Dude, that sucks. What about you, Leon?
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. Monokuma file said Saika was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's kind of weird. Oh yeah, we should probably check the trash room, right? Yeah, let's just run there. There we go. And also, for some reason, it just seems really jittery. Let's check this out. There's a sturdy gate here.
Monokuma appears!
It's the end of the line! The trash room. This is where all the trash in this school eventually winds up. How do you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any further!
No! No entry beyond this point! Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
God. Who's on cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
Oh my god! This is stupid. It'd be faster.
No, you can't!
Stop! I'm getting annoyed. Okay. Well... you know what? I'm gonna go find Chihiro. I'll be right back. Hey, Chihiro. Hey, Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it?
Before she died, Saga left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what these numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something? Sorry. No. Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or does she maybe know more than she's letting on? No. Maybe. I don't know. There's not usually 3 or 7s in coding, so I don't think that really makes sense. Well, I mean, if you're like trying to write like, well, it depends on what kind of script you're writing, because it's like, if you're trying to address things. I'm not like a coding expert, but I at least know a little bit. I'm just gonna talk to Fubi again. Maybe he might know something about cleaning duty. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why would you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school will be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in the front of the trash room.
Here we go!
Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room. Yay! But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room? And only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key. What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open at all times? Open all the time, so we can all throw things out whenever we want. That does seem more convenient.
So in other words...
Actually. Yeah.
So that's it.
That must be. Anyone could go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted. Then destroying evidence was easy. The thrill would disappear, and things would become boring. But boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard.
Hey, fatty! Why did you want the cleaning duty gig anyway?
Oh,
I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. Oh, what's the big deal?
You...
Liar! I know why you did it.
Is it
I want
like...
to dig through all the girls' trash, looking for and poking around at it.
there's no way to think
What are
about this
you
in a
talking
common
about?
sense kind of way.
Oh, my love is for two.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you get tired of 2D and then turn to... I would never get tired of 2D! I just spend a significant amount of time debating 2D and 3D. I voluntarily choose 2D. Do you think 3D is good for us to shower love and affection on 2D? Oh, and PC.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about Kafumi's questionable morality, it's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them for picking up the trash and to dispose of it. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm? That's not how it's supposed to. Anyway, on another topic, Kafumi, since you are on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What? So now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me to recover from a past trauma or save a village or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around.
You got it.
Oh, okay. So easy. So Kafumi and I headed down to the trash room. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves away. Dude, what are you talking about? Honestly, what are you talking about? Whatever, please just hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hifumi pulled a key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate, and then...
Mr. Naegi!
However, Mr. Naegi,
Without a doubt.
surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend! You planned this all along! I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Maybe a parallel world. Whatever. Just hurry up and keep looking. Well, one thing's really crazy, and that's that. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. Looks like a burnt piece of something. A burnt piece? Like a hunk of burning love. Dude, whatever. Anyway, this is looks like a piece of cloth in the shape, part of a sleep-room button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough by itself to figure out who the killer is. But it'll certainly help, though. And also, that's interesting. There's shards of broken glass scattered around in front of this incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass balls just around big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
Who's that? Do you know what this is? They say if you collect all 7 Hifumi, stop! This is serious. Oh my god. A dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it and it will show you a glimpse of your future. Just like that Nina girl who was on that quest to find that one guy. I have actually no idea what he's talking about. Even though I like anime, I have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who does this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should all still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. Well, time to go back. Check this out too. This is the incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the and it's on right now. You see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty. So make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Someone turned the incinerator on! Very strange. I'm quite certain he was off last time I was down here.
Is it a fairy?
Perhaps it was the work of a fairy, dude. Dude. Look below where the button is. There's a shattered ball. I wonder what happened. Hifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No. You said that last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Yes, about that. There can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has a key to open the gate,
Most
it should be
suspicious.
impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet, so that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burned clothes weren't. What does it all mean? Mr. Naegi, will you be confessing soon? Why me?
That's it.
I've
I'm
already
sure
know
of
you
it.
did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. Sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. Also, dude, okay. Realistically, like Makoto said, there's a lot of people here who wear white button-ups, but Makoto doesn't wear one, so why would he be the killer? It's just that obvious. Like, why? Well, it's time to head to the gym. Ugh. Luckily, pretty quick to get to. And this whole thing, man, it's just such a bummer. But now we have to go talk to freaking Hero. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No! I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Makoto. Oh, what are you doing? What? Hey, this looks familiar. That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So, how did it break? What? Was it actually just made out of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, God, why did I mess up Washington? Napoleon. He said, whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you. Yeah, that's right for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone left. What? I'm so sorry about that. You left it in the laundry room? I mean, anyone could have found it and taken it. Ugh. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up before selling for 2 full years. Came out to be like $1 million. Dude. Yeah. Come on, $1 million? Dude, okay, that's actually, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to be like that, man. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Well, I feel bad for him. Like, jeez, dude. Like, come on. Huh? This is Saika's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplate's on my room and Saika's room. Or switched? So all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But how would anyone do that? Ugh, yikes. Hey guys, sorry about the weird cut. I've been kind of forgetting, I forgot for a second what I was supposed to do. I just remember now what I was supposed to do. Let's go in here. We need to go watch that video. I literally, like, I've been running around for a couple of minutes now. And I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do? But yeah. Sorry, Saika. I need to borrow this DVD. I legitimately forgot. Because, you know, I was so focused on getting everything else that I wasn't thinking clearly. So yeah, now we're gonna go watch that video. Because that's probably really important. Yeah. I can't even be like, ooh, it's so mysterious. Yeah, that's important. Alright, let's watch it. I should be able to use this to see what's on that DVD. God, I hate how I mess up things. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen, put the DVD in the player. I pushed play, and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then... this music. An image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on a stage, front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with the friends she had. She was there along with the friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speech.
Sayaka Mizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly, the screen went dark, and in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. I thought Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins, but when I noticed even more than that, pictures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Without warning, the video cut off. Dang. Monokuma really hit Sayaka. Just, that was the one thing she didn't want to see. And no wonder she freaked out. No wonder she did. Now I certainly see why. I just can't blame her. Like, I can't blame her. I would see, like, if I felt exactly everything she did, yeah, I would be in the same position. That's seriously messed up. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? That really did happen. No one in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Oh no.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go. And we'll have to end it here. Next episode, we're going to do the entire class trial. No more waiting. We're going to end it here next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!